Krillin, this episode, top Krillin. Krillin really looking to get some good, but ends up in a pretty bad spot.
Yeah, he's down bad.
He's down bad for the wrong person.
Now he's about to go down bad because of that person.
He's gonna go real down bad for that person, and you know what? There are bad people out there that mean to do you harm, and you know what? That's why I'm happy that we have a sponsor this week. It's Surfshark!
Yeah, there we go.
The VPN service that's gonna protect your browsing data from people that wanna do icky things to that data. It's gonna protect you from people tracking your cookies so that they can't price gouge you. It's the thing that they do with your browsing data. You're not gonna get marketed to based on your Google searches when you're searching for things late at night. You know what I'm talking about.
Pornography?
I was talking about meth!
Oh.
Plus, little known secret about VPNs, they allow you to access geo-locked content.
That's a little known secret?
Little known secret. You're hearing it here, 50th.
But tell me, Nick Landis / Lanny Pator of Team 4-Star, are there any special deals for this service?
How dare you use my full satanic name? There are, in fact, deals. Kaiser Neko Frerix. If you go to Surfshark.deals?
Surfshark, if you go to surfshark.deals,
surfshark.deals/4-star-bento, you can get 83% off your order plus 3 free extra months.
And is that 3 out of how many months of the year? 12?
12, I think.
Damn, that's a whole 4th of the year.
Whole quarter of the year you get to try Surfshark. So you can be browsing the internet all over the place and protecting yourself from Elon and Bezos and
Zuckerberg.
They got all sorts of stuff. Surfshark will set you up. Thank you, Surfshark.deals/4-star-bento for 83% off plus 3 free extra months. Now I'm gonna go change clothes so we can start talking about this thing.
Ditto.
That we're doing. It's time to move in to season 3.
Finally, it's been forever.
3, which starts off with everybody's favorite saga, the Garlic Jr. saga. Which, as I've mentioned before, the first actual saga I ever watched of the show.
That is bad.
It is remarkable that I stuck through Dragon Ball, because I had the 2 worst introductions possible to this entire series.
The Garlic Jr. saga and Tree of Might.
Yup. Tree of Might was the first thing I watched when I was in 1st grade, and Garlic Jr. was the first saga I watched proper in, God, I must have been 3rd or 4th grade at the time, because that's when Toonami was rolling through.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. Fun fact about this episode, we completely abandoned the entire plot of an entire thing.
Spoilers.
I mean, you blink and you miss it.
Yeah, we actually did go back and forth on whether or not we were going to do this saga, but there was a part of us that kind of just settled on
space orphaning it.
Yeah, it wasn't, it did have some opportunities for us to make jokes,
which we'd explore later.
Yes, yeah, kind of. I don't know if Kai 2.9 is a full exploration.
It absolutely is.
But when we, it just didn't feel like it was worth spending that many episodes on, because we knew we really wanted to get to the meat of things.
But what we ended up with was one of my favorite episodes for a long time. We decided to take, bookend with Garlic Jr., and then make the entire episode a rom-com about Krillin dating an airheaded gold digger.
Yes, which, played by Casey Dia. This is the only thing that she's worked with us on, and she's really cool.
Casey Dia is pretty great.
Yeah, I really highly would recommend her.
Keep a lookout for Casey Dia. She's going places.
Yeah.
Also, just like a small thing, there are a lot of people that like to skip the openings. If you go back to this one, this is the only one that has this particular opening, because you, madman, you decided to really fake everybody out and make an entire faux opening for a fake season.
A faux opening, if you will.
A faux opening.
Yeah, I'm a really big fan of it, I won't lie. And I please, in the comments, if you remember seeing this episode when it came out, Were you tricked?
Were you worried that we were going to do Garlic Jr.?
Or were you actually looking forward to it and then found out we weren't? I really just want to know if we did trick you into thinking we were going to do it. I would love to know.
But let's get to it. This is the opening of season 3.
The following is a non-profit.
Oh, hey, it's me.
Narrated by the turtle.
It's Turtle.
Dragon Ball Z,
I hope he's okay.
and Dragon Ball GT are all owned by
Funimation,
Funimation, Toei Animation, Fuji TV, and Akira Toriyama. Please support the official release.
Does the hyphenated animation bother you as much? Okay, just wanted to make sure we pointed that out too.
Fuck you.
No, please! Leave us alone! We were just renting this house! We never meant to...
Oh man, what's going on?
I remember I wrote this line to be as dramatic as possible.
Yep.
Yes, though this rain may
You gotta
wash
set him up as the
these
threat
fools,
that he
the
is.
blood that soon shall
It's Garlic
flow,
Jr.
no storm shall meet the task. I will cover this world in a darkness so thick and chilling. The only rival shall be the hell in which I spent all those years. Brace your brittle selves, you worms, for I, Garlic Jr., shall soon rule you all.
My God, the world is not ready.
I love playing Garlic.
Oh, I know.
He's a overdramatic little gremlin, and I love characters like that. I never get to play them as often as I'd like to.
He's just a more evil version of Pilaf.
Yes, yeah. He's
A functionally evil Pilaf.
Yes, functionally evil Pilaf. I like that. Yeah, and funny enough, some people, even we thought that I might end up playing Pilaf in the short bit where we had an animatic for Pilaf. Which one of these days I need to get that done. The animatic is out there, voices on it.
Maybe when we do the Broly movie.
You know
when
what?
we do the Broly
Yes.
movie, we need to have that as a supplemental piece.
You know what? Look forward to that. When we do the commentary for Broly, we will have the animatic that we have talked about before with Pilaf. It will be in there. I fucking promise. Anyway, but yeah, it was actually Zito played Pilaf, and honestly, I loved him as Pilaf. A fucking plus. And now here's that opening.
Yep, here we go. You put the effort in this one.
Oh yeah, no, I
You
made
put
it.
the stank on it. I love that power-up shot of Chi-Chi. And this shot. These shots are just great.
Yeah.
In the Great Lakes near Mount Paozu.
Hey, it's you
there was
again.
a
Yeah,
big
doing a
Paozu
documentary
tuna
voice.
clinging at life in its saltwater habitat. Fished near to extinction by the inhabitants, they are slowly making headway back to a sustainable population.
I love that Goku disappearing is what allowed these
Sweet
things to
salty
thrive
Christ
again.
now.
Yep.
Also, sweet salty Christ.
Going fishing?
Yep, with that gone, I'm the breadwinner now. Well, what's with the weird clothes, Krillin?
My name is no longer Krillin.
My new name is Juan Sanchez.
I'm compelled to ask why.
Well, before we left for Namek, I took out a huge life insurance policy on myself and left it all to my twin brother.
But you don't have a Wait, your
Wait.
last name's Sanchez?
And it
Krillin
paid off the triple
Sanchez.
Because I died off planet. They said, don't worry, there's no way you're gonna die out in space.
Show them!
Well, I'm still gonna call you Krillin.
So, what do you think of my new ride?
It's a nice car, I guess.
Not what I was referring to.
Come on! I broke a nail! Can I have $1,000?
You can have two!
Gohan, I am an excellent boyfriend.
Krillin, how did you meet this woman?
We met
Oh,
at the
I like how
bank.
he's got his
I
tie
was there
tucked in.
picking up
Yeah.
my life insurance money, and she was there depositing her money from her night job. I think she's a waitress or something because she was depositing a lot of 5s and 1s.
And me and my dear, sweetie little chestnut fell deeply, truly in love.
She says I have a very rich personality.
And a wealth of knowledge.
And her boobs
Those
are
are as big as my head!
I have
had
made the
maybe a-
comparison.
So, you going to the party tonight?
I don't know. Mom wasn't a huge fan of that Walking Dead theme party.
Previously on TFS's The Walking Dead.
But I think I can make it.
That was hint number 1 that we weren't covering this whole thing.
Yeah, honestly, if you saw that and knew how productions work, you might have immediately been like, wait a second.
Hold up.
See you there, Gohan.
Goodbye, Gonad. See you
You
at
at Master Hoshi's. Give me money.
Say what you want. You're a good couple.
faded out the song there before it got to the part that
You ever think about buying a house?
Oh yeah, let me get right on that with all that money I don't have.
Well, you ever thought about getting a job?
I'm a green slug man. No amount of affirmative action is going to get me a job.
There's one part to that I always kind of thought maybe we should have touched on. He did try to conquer the Earth, and his dad, who looked exactly like him, there's probably a stigmatism against Piccolo.
Yeah, it's sort of weird. Like, it wasn't just his dad. He then came back into the tournament and then
killed a bunch of things.
I actually don't know if
no, he didn't kill anybody, but he did threaten to.
Yeah, he did cause a giant scene at that tournament. So it's not like, but then again, it seems like these people have goldfish memories. I swear to God.
It's true.
I don't know. I will still always find it funny, though, that he shows up at that tournament under the moniker of Ma Jr.
Evil Jr.
Evil Jr. And it's like, oh, nobody knows that I'm King Piccolo's.
That's a weird green man.
Yeah. Then again...
He takes off the hat, like, that's Piccolo!
Yeah, it's the antennae that do it.
Yeah.
If you say so. By the way, that old guy's been standing there for like 15 minutes. Maybe you should say something.
Fine. What do you want, Kami?
Mr. Popo's kicked me off the lookout for the night. Apparently he has a booty call.
Jinx! Jinx! Jinx!
Shut up, bitch, you love it.
Last
That's me
time
fucking
he did
myself.
This, I found 5 corpses. He laughed when I said 5.
Well, what do you want from me?
So dark.
I was hoping I could stay at your house.
I don't
think it's nighttime.
a house.
See what I tell you?
Shut up, Nail.
Is someone in there?
Hello, Kami.
He can't hear you.
Actually, I can. Hello there.
Who are you? I'm Nail. I'm a Namekian Piccolo fused with on Namek.
You do know that technique is forbidden, Piccolo.
Your face is forbidden.
Sadly, that was the best one up here.
Shut it, Nail.
I love that back and forth. How Nail with the fucking sass.
Oh, nice
Nail-
of you to bring
nail
a
in
new
it.
girlfriend here, Juan.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. At first, we kind of thought you brought home a hooker.
Yamcha!
Oh, we did?
We did!
My darling, beautiful Marin is no hooker.
Well, that depends. Sometimes I take extra cash in the back room, but those are always under the table, so I don't think they count.
It's non-taxable.
How much extra?
How much you got?
Well, I'm a professional baseball player.
Okay, first off, no one screws Yamcha but
That fucking shot.
I am so glad I was able to make it as fast as it was. Because in the original version, she kind of like really just shoves him over. In that one, it just looks like she fucking like bulldozed him. Yeah, I love that shit. Also, one of my favorite lines in this entire show, no one screws Yamcha but life.
Yeah.
Second of all, blue hair, real
Real
original.
original.
Third, Juan, don't you have any other friends you can take Marin to meet?
Do you think they made Bulma's hair a little more turquoise in this?
Maybe?
I mean, I'd have to go back to previous episodes, but it feels like it's even a little greener than it usually is.
Yeah. It does feel a little paler at the very least.
I do wonder who on the character design staff was like, and we're gonna give her blue hair.
I wonder if they thought about giving her purple hair at a point, but then but that's Bulma's original actual color, and it's like...
I honestly way prefer purple hair Bulma. Like,
yeah.
And all the color stuff that I've seen of it, much prefer the purple.
Well, we saw Gohan earlier, but he was busy pounding the tuna.
Oh, and here's where I'll start playing Roshi.
Goku gone, Chi-Chi needs someone to do
Oh,
it.
yeah, hold on.
And that's exactly why, by the way.
Okay, so I love Lawrence. Moscow X plays Goku, Gohan.
And I liked his interpretation of Roshi, which was much more in line with the Japanese Roshi.
Yeah, it's an old man's voice. Yeah, it's good. But there was a joke that we really, really wanted to do
and
here.
it required the American prospector laugh.
Yeah.
Like McFarlane's Roshi laugh and the Roshi noises, which are like the...
And I won't lie. And again, this is always really tricky. We want all of the characters to be their most effective versions. His Roshi was a holdover from the movies when he was playing him there. Honestly, it was kind of limiting the things that we could do with Roshi because it wasn't the most expressive voice. It was kind of just old man, kind of lower down there. It didn't give us the freedom that we were looking for. And while, again, I think that Lawrence is a fantastic actor, when he tried to record for that laughter, it just wasn't working out. And so we had a small conversation, and we were like, you know what? Ultimately, the Roshi that you could do was giving us more comedic opportunities. So we ended up changing the voice after season 2 to this one. And it's a little awkward, honestly. I won't lie. But
which is weird how, like, very few people ever actually brought it up. Maybe it's the fact that Roshi didn't talk for the latter half of season 2, so it's just like when it came back, it's like, it's like they almost kind of Mandela affected themselves. It was like, was that what it always was? Maybe it was.
It was always a very different voice, and he did not talk a lot in season 1 and 2. We did not have Roshi having a whole lot of conversation.
He still has one of my favorite Roshi's lines. Kame house where the beaches are fine and the bitches are finer.
Yeah, I mean, that's still a good line. And the delivery's good. It's just when we wanted to, like, going into season 3, we're like, you know what? We'll have more opportunities with Roshi, and that voice was giving us, like, what we were looking for.
It was mostly the laugh. We needed that laugh.
Yeah. So, again, we love you, Lawrence. You're a fantastic actor. Thanks for understanding.
But this brunch is delicious, Yajirobe.
Thank you, I cooked everything myself.
So, if you two had babies, would they be little fat men or kitties?
And we are leaving!
Probably fat kitties.
I love his face for that. Probably fat kitties.
I love a completely unabashed response, completely honest, and kind of...
And Krillin is the only one actually feeling awkward.
Yeah.
I think we've all had that moment, too. With, like, either a friend or a significant other.
Yeah.
Thank you all so much for remembering my 1000th birthday and for this marvelous cake.
Isn't that thing kind of a fire hazard?
Well, of course, Turtle. You're our very best friend.
My birthday was last week and I didn't get a party.
You've been there for us from the very beginning.
Anyone remember when I saved the world from Pilaf?
Like a member of the family, I say.
Seriously, I live upstairs.
Oh, a lot of people asking, like, actually there were people like, save the world from Pilaf, and I'm like, watch Dragon Ball!
Didn't watch Dragon Ball. Who dis?
Oh my gosh, someone got whoever's birthday it is a turtle. Can I have a turtle?
Sure.
Oh, can it be this turtle?
Of course.
Wait, what?
Turtle, be my wingman on this one. If I get some, I swear to God, I will send you pictures.
Krillin is so scummy.
I mean, and then Turtle's like, oh, all right. Yeah, I'm in. By the way, I love playing Turtle, by the way. I love playing Turtle. I loved writing for Bimbo.
Oh, yeah.
Bimbo Marin. Just somebody who is completely, like...
clueless.
Because she was, like... And especially... I especially like it because of the twist. Mm-hmm. The twist that happens later.
And you can see it coming in some scenes where she actually uses larger words than you'd expect somebody of her airheadedness to be able to.
Yeah. And honestly, God, sorry. I just genuinely loved writing for this episode because it's so different from every episode we'd written till here.
In fact, it's because we actually rewrote an entire thing. Like, we reorganized footage, and that's something that we discovered. Like, this was just a really fun writing exercise.
And honestly, it kind of set the standard moving forward. Because, like, in season 2, there was a lot of things that we had to rewrite and scenes that we had to keep just to keep the story going, because season 2 is multi-layered and complex. If you cut the wrong thing, something later is not going to make sense.
Right.
So when we got into season 3, we were really getting used to writing actual scenes with character conversations and real stories. And so in this one, I loved writing this because, again, there's no drama, there's no bigger thing. It's interpersonal conflict throughout from beginning to end. And I don't know, it was so much fun to write, and I really do like it.
Seriously, maybe we want to blow this out before something catches on.
My beard! My glorious beard! No!
One of my favorite lines.
This fucking line.
Hey, Krillin. What are you doing out here? Why
aren't you upstairs sleeping with your girlfriend like everyone else?
Oh, hey, Turtle.
Fucking
I just stopped thinking to myself.
What you thinking about?
It's just...
I also love Turtle's face in that shot.
Who I really am. It's all presents and traveling and caviar and...
Beluga?
No, Paozu tuna.
Well, that's rare.
And it's just...
It's a subtle joke, but I love it.
Or Juan's money.
How much money do you have?
About 5.7 million.
Didn't you get me a gift card from the Gap?
Not what we're talking about!
Okay, look. If she really does love you for who you are, then you have to tell her the truth. Open up to her. It's the only way.
Are you sure that'll work?
Well, if it doesn't, you could always get her a giant pearl.
Which is what he actually does in the show.
Bitch is a gold digger.
Oh, the original version of that line, but not the original version, but an alternative was going to be, I ain't saying she a gold digger, but she ain't hanging with no broke Juan Sanchez's.
Okay, first we're going to go by Lush because all of their soaps look like cakes and I want to eat them. Oh, and I hope you remember to make those reservations for Le New Soleil at 7:30.
Okay, hold on.
We would bring that back.
Yes, and I am so glad I was able to. So, La New Soleil is...
the tight ass.
The tight ass. The tight anus.
Tight anus, technically.
Yeah. It's La New Soleil. And I don't know how many people have caught that. People who saw it shows up later on a restaurant, and some people have seen that are like, why is it called the tight anus?
Why is it the anus? I know what one of those words is.
Yeah, and so Le New Soleil is the restaurant she references here, and it comes back later. It's one of our most
dragon shorts.
Yeah, not just there in season, like later in season 3.
Yeah,
and it's a very short, like very subtle reference.
Yeah.
And a lot of people have missed it, and I wanted to point it out here because it's one of those things that I'm really proud of.
Yeah, we bring it back both in DBZA and in the Krillin, the Android Date Teen Dragon short,
which is one of my favorite things we've written.
There's another fun one to write.
I hear they're very uptight.
Man, can I really go through with this?
She seems so happy.
No, Krillin! Stop focusing on that perfect heart-shaped pillow of an ass! Tonight, you will tell her! And then you will
tap that!
Please
tap that!
Oh
Okay,
Krillin,
I just
thirsty.
love nice walks on the beaches. Oh, do you think if I swam out far enough, I'd reach Australia? Oh my god! Can we go on a sandals vacation?
I love that delivery.
Listen,
oh my god!
I need to talk to you.
Oh, don't worry, Wonton. I made the reservations
Also
for
Wonton.
you, so you don't have to worry about it.
Actually, I need to come clean. See, my name isn't actually Juan Sanchez. It's Krillin.
That is a silly name. I'll call you
Krilly Billy!
That's not everything. You see, all this money I own is actually from my own life insurance policy. From when I died. On another planet. Blown up by an evil space emperor. But was then brought back to life by a magical dragon. What I really want to ask Marin is, do you love me for me? Or do you just love me for my money?
Oh, Krilly Billy. Of course I don't just love you for your money.
You really mean that?
Yeah?
I never loved you at all.
Oh.
Okay, I'm gonna cover this now because it's going to tear my soul asunder as I watch this.
Is it the time of day consistently shifting, or the goggles on her head shifting?
The goggles on her head, I'm not so bothered by. It's the time of day. I could do it now. I could change it. I could have made it work now. And it was the limitations of both the software and my ability at the time, and I hate it. And there's nothing more that I hate when I look at something thinking to myself, if I had the ability I do now, then I could have made it seamless. Because
I should just bring a flog to these so you can just like beat yourself with it. Like whenever you come up with something, it's like, I could do better. Bad Kaiser.
It's true though.
Well, can we at least still try the sex stuff?
No, Krillin, you don't understand. I was never really your girlfriend. See, I'm with the State's Fraud Bureau, and you just confessed to a lot of insurance fraud, which I recorded.
Wait, you have a recorder on you? Where?
In my boobs.
Curses! The one place I couldn't reach!
I'm going to prison, aren't I?
Well, normally you would, but do you have any idea what they do to guys like you? No, you'll just have to pay back everything you owe.
Wait, what about all the money I spent on you?
You'll just have to pay that out of pocket.
But I dropped over 500 grand on you!
Honey, I work for the government. I never claimed to be a good person.
That is the best non-canon own.
I love that twist. That I can't remember when we we didn't actually plan that when we went into writing the character too.
I remember pitching that.
I don't know. I am almost certain we wrote her to be a bimbo.
We wrote her to be a bimbo, but then like we went like I remember when we were going like, oh yeah, and he's like, she's gold digging him. And it's like, what if she was, like an actual government agent? Like I remember that being pitched.
I remember. I don't know when it was. I still feel like it was mid-process. Like it wasn't.
I don't remember exactly when it was pitched, but I do remember it.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, again, I love it. And it did make us go back and make sure to line up everything just so it worked out. But yeah, that I don't remember that being our goal when we started writing her. That I know. I know that wasn't the plan when we started to write her. But yeah, that's why I love the whole, nope, actually I'm just an IRS agent and I've been putting on an act the entire time.
Yeah. So, pay it up.
And that's why I need a place to stay. I'll go blow up the air mattress. I do have to admit, though, it's nice being a free man again. No women nipping at my heels. Know what I mean?
All right, I demand to know who has been spreading rumors that I've been forcing Gohan to, and I quote, pound my tuna!
Look, Chi-Chi, if it really upsets
you know it was
we'll
Bulma that told her.
Oh, yeah.
Tuna, okay? But only if we get to eat it together.
And then here we go.
Yup. Garlic Jr. I love watching Let's Watches of this and people being like, oh, what's going on now? And then Garlic Jr. shows up here and it's like, oh, right, that's a thing.
By the way, the song you were humming here is from Steampunk Giraffes.
Yep, steam-powered giraffe. And that's Captain Albert Alexander.
Yes. TF2 sounds!
Soldier's real excited. So's the demo man.
And the sci-fi thing.
Changed a bit. Clean that up.
Clean that up.
Have you any inkling that simple little head of yours who you're speaking to?
Oh, please do go on.
I don't know if I've talked much about this. I probably have, but I just want to reaffirm. Popo never talks with a smile. Almost all of the time.
In the actual show, no.
Yeah.
He's always just very...
Yeah, or he's frowning. And so in almost every scene with him, I had to literally take the smile, flip it upside down, and then do a little bit of editing depending on...
Abridged Popo is much more carefree.
Oh, yeah.
But I want to reiterate that I love the fact that like one of my favorite reactions when I see people watching this episode, this is one of the episodes that I look forward to people experiencing the most, is when they get to this part and they're like, what's going on here? Oh, right. And they completely forgot about Garlic Jr. because of everything that happened in between.
Yep, because there's no mention of Garlic Jr. after the opening and before the ending.
Yep.
I am the usurper of this once proud throne your worthless guardian holds so dear. I am Garlic Jr., returned from the wretched abyss known as the Dead Zone, and I have come for what's rightfully mine. What's going on?
Huh?
I don't remember releasing the Blackwater Mist just yet.
Oh, God! One edit I always kind of wished you would have made is that you'd have had a pull back to his eye.
Yeah.
Mr. Popo, I'm back, and oh my me, what happened to the lookout?
Oh my me.
Don't mind this, Kami. I just had a bit of Italian for dinner.
What does that have to do with...
'Cause it was nothing but garlic! And the Spice Boys.
Yes. Oh man, I'm so glad. Again, I am so glad we're finally into season 3. That's actually...
Yes, I'm glad we're into the material that we legitimately enjoy.
I mean, I don't know.
Hey, we were having a good time at the end of season 2, but this stuff, like, I feel like with almost each and every episode, we only get better. I think there's only like one episode where it, like, the only episode I'm like here or there on is episode 49.
49?
Yeah, 49 just feels kind of like a tweener episode to me.
Okay.
Because it's the episode before Vegeta really arrives to fight Second Form Cell, and after all the really cool shit in episode 48. So it's just, we had some fun stuff in there, but it's I don't know, like it's more of a mid episode in this season. But even that one I think is...
Funny enough, this is that part where I forget which episode is which. I can remember what happens in almost literally every episode up until 31. After this, though, I start to kind of be like, wait, was that episode 35 or 36? Was that 42 or 43? Like, up until, like, episodes 55 and on, because 55 I can remember.
Yeah.
That one's like one long event. But in between, it's like, oh God, I can't remember.
Yeah, but here we are. Season 3 is a beginning, and next time it'll be a proper beginning for the season itself. We're done. We're done with the filler arc. Which
no filler, all killer from here on out.
All killer from here on out. But we'll get to that next time
on this thing. That we're doing? What? Nick, are you okay? Nick? We need to talk about the crack.